So I just got home from not one but two bookstores. Nikolai Gogol was what I was actually looking for. And a lot of you were curious because I ended up with Murder, She Wrote, the computer game for teenagers. As Dan Bach pointed out, it's for teens. This is Nick Brecken's idea, not mine. I'm not live streaming it because I don't know how to in ScreenFlow. I don't think you can. So it's not my fault, is what I'm saying. None of this is my fault. I'm recording from my childhood bedroom. That's not my fault either. And none of this is all your fault, is what I'm saying. All of you. The fact that I purchased Murder, She Wrote for $5 itself was a crowdsourced decision. So, okay, since 5 minutes ago, I adjusted the internal microphone recording level. Also, I can already see how this is going to end, which is badly. So for the sake of comparison, this is what Angela Lansbury, who plays our heroine, Jessica Fletcher, actually sounds like. I feel like this is important.
Oh, forgive me. I was so busy typing. You see, this is the moment. This is the moment where the Lebanese cook is going to make it look as if Alicia committed suicide in the pantry.
If you've never heard Angela Lansbury before, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. So I'm starting over. I hope you know they got the typeface right. Accurate. So we're starting with case 1, a deadly catch. I have my tea or coffee, depending on whether or not Jessica Fletcher is really from Maine. I can choose between timed and relaxed. I'm choosing relaxed so I can talk more.
Good morning, Jim.
Morning, Jessica. What can I do for you?
Well, my publisher and his wife are coming to visit, and I'd like them to experience an authentic Maine lobster dinner.
I'm kind of short on lobsters at the moment, it being early and all. I'll have more by the end of the day,
That's
once the
Jim.
food's back in.
He dispenses
Oh,
lobsters.
dear. They'll
town.
be here by then.
So-
Tell you what, Peter Hammond's boat is still tied up at the dock. Why don't you go talk to him? Maybe he'll be able to sell you some straight off the boat.
Good idea. Thanks, Jim. Peter? Oh, no, Peter!
So this is how you found him, Mrs. F?
Yes, exactly like this.
What do you think, Doc?
As to what stabbed him, I have no idea. It's a very strange-looking wound. Some sort of tube, perhaps. I should think that a wound like that should have resulted in a lot more blood.
Meaning?
Meaning that Peter may have been killed elsewhere and brought back here.
Any idea on time of death?
Hard to be sure. Sometime during the overnight hours.
We better have a look around to see what else we can find.
After I'd already played the game for half an hour, and admittedly after 4 beers also, so I'm a little impaired now, I finally suffered the presence of mind to go ahead and Google this game that I have been playing, just to find out, when it was made, 2010, by whom, Legacy, and why they made it. And that is how I found out that evidently my acquaintance and fellow Chicagoan, David Wolinski, reviewed the game for the Onion AV Club. That's great, David. And I quote, 14 years after Murder, She Wrote went off the air, a tie-in video game has finally been released. Just as demand had become a roiling river of frenzied anticipation. Yes, Jessica Fletcher, the widowed substitute English teacher turned successful novelist, who turned down a glitzy life as an author in murder-filled New York City for a nice, quiet life as an author in murder-filled Cabot Cove, Maine, is back in 5 red herring-filled mysteries. Sorry, I'm playing letterpress concurrently. When you start, I've noticed there's a map, and you can only choose one place to go. That was my first clue. That this game really might not be intended for my demographic. Because it's a hidden object game so far. I've only played about this far. So, I have to find these objects here on the left of the screen. Also, right, if I click on typewriter letters, I can get little clues. Although I have pretty good ideas of what most of these objects are without the vowels. Just for the sake of... Okay. Okay. Can get more hints if I'm having trouble. Alright, so I need a diving mask. I think I have that. Swim fans? That's a great movie, Swim Fan. I think that says swim fins. Where are they? Oh, I don't know. An anchor. I have that. Okay. A diving knife. A first aid kit. This has changed since the first time I played. Here are tweezers. Oh, I need that to retrieve bottled paper. Okay, great. So, there's something inside. I'll need something to remove the cork. Maybe a corkscrew? Uh-huh, okay. Alright. Got that. Let me just... I can't reach the paper with my fingers. I'll need something to grab. Yep. Okay. Thank you. A past due notice. An unfamiliar item to me. Looks like Peter was having a tough time keeping up with his loan payments for this boat. I wonder who he owed money to. Well, it is a yacht, so probably. Alright, let's see here. A gas can. A non-smoking sign. Yeah, okay. A spoon? I assume that says spoon. Oh god, this might take a minute. A penny? Oh, I see the penny. Okay, a paintbrush is here. Swim fins. Oh, I'm not good at this sort of thing. Coveralls. I remember that one. These coveralls must belong to Peter's nephew, Billy Hammond. Sounds suspicious. Oh, okay. Just that. Okay. Does that say spoon? It does say spoon. Where is this? A spoon. Really? Oh. Why, it's here. Fins. Do people keep fins? Fins? Fins, yeah. And a lighter and a first aid kit. Oh, here's the first aid kit. So I played this once before, and one of the things was sandwich. And I was really frustrated because it took me forever to find this sandwich. See a harpoon. Oh, swim fins are by the harpoon. And a lighter. Well, that should be in his pants pocket, right? Ah, it's a Zippo. Great.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, Billy. Your uncle was murdered last night.
What?
I'm afraid it's true.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
The Lobster Pound is always the nerve center of the fishing community. We should talk to Jim Price and ask him if he knew about any tensions between Peter and the other lobstermen. And in the
Lobsterman.
meantime, I better call my publisher to postpone his visit.
David goes on to say, but the fun of the original TV show was figuring out the culprit before Fletcher, and little of that is translated to the game. What has been preserved is the show's charm and simplicity, though they, and a commendable Angela Lansbury impersonator, serve largely as tentpoles around the game's core. Hidden object scavenger hunts, a la dental waiting room favorite Highlights magazine. Very nice, very good. Instead of fingering suspects and employing Fletcher's formidable grasp of criminal logic, you'll be studying static screens for minutes on end, looking for items ranging from admissible evidence, blood samples, to obsessive-compulsive collection, peace symbols, and hamburgers. David, I'm so glad that you, David, also noticed this game's propensity for hamburgers. I noticed a lot of hamburgers, also pizza and sandwiches. And what that tells me is that the game developers at Legacy knew that I would be coming to play their game. And it's amazing that they had that prescience, that prescience, that prescience. I'm so drunk. I also noticed that you gave the game a C-. Is that fair? Yes, it is.